Right now, I'm going to show you how to use this AstroAI. This is a portable car air pump. You can also fill up sports balls with you. I'll show you that. I'll show you everything in this video here. So first of all, really easy controls. Just press and hold the power button here for a second and it powers up. You have a settings button here down at the bottom, and that's just going to cycle through 5 different settings. You have car, motorcycle, bike, sports ball, and custom. All that's really doing is changing the PSI down here. It's just preset PSIs that you can cycle through really fast. You'll see a car and a motorcycle and a bike have much higher than a sports ball does, and then you have a custom one that you can set to whatever. So it's just a quick preset. Now if you press and hold that button, it's going to cycle through your different units of measurement. So here in the United States we use PSI, which it's set to now, but if you press and hold that, you can go to KPA, you can go to kilograms per centimeter, you can also go to bars, and then back to PSI. So different units of measurement, they're all the same thing, PSI really. So here we're going to do our car tire here. So we're going to fill this up with a little bit of air. So first thing you want to do is take this hose that's included with it. You do also get different tips for different balls and different accessories that you're going to be filling up. I'll show you a sports ball, a basketball, and a football here in a second. But first here for the car tire, doesn't matter if it's on or off right now, we're just going to screw in our air hose right here to the top of the air pump. So we'll just thread that in here. It does have this little rubber grip on it, which kind of does give you a little bit of leverage if you're having trouble screwing it on. It's just a little bit more comfortable for you to grab and twist on. So you want that to be nice and snug and in place here. If you don't put this into the air pump first, as soon as you screw this onto your tire or sports ball, it's just a hollow hose. It's going to let the air out. So you want to put it onto your air pump first. And now we're just going to thread it on to our car tire. So I found it's easiest to grab the hose here, so you have a nice straight attachment so it's not bending down, and then just screw this directly onto the tire. You will hear a little puff of air here as you're getting it on, but then just go ahead and keep screwing and tighten it down until you hear that stop. Now once it's nice and snug, we can go ahead and get into turning it on and getting it going here. So now we're just going to turn it back on. We're going to see here, it's going to show now, it's reading how much PSI I have here in the tire. So right now it's at 30. I need it to be at 35. If you don't know, typically on the inside door of the driver's side on the car, it will show you, it's got a table there, it'll show you what PSI your tires need to be at. So for us, we're going to go to the car setting here. Oh, let me cycle through it here. Too fast. So car setting here, I want to bump that up to 34. That's what I need to be at. I'm just going to turn it on. You'll hear it kick on. It sounds like a typical compressor. If you know what that sounds like, it's not the loudest thing. It's actually fairly quiet for what it is, but it's going to make a noise here. We'll turn it on and leave it for a couple minutes as it tops off the tire here with some air. You can just let it hang there. And now we're just going to leave it alone for a couple of minutes and let it fill up with air. And there you go. Once it hits the PSI that you have it set for, it automatically turns off. And now we can go ahead and disconnect it from the car tire. I will let you know right now, since this was working, it's an electric component, this is going to be hot right here. So you don't want to touch that right now. Give it a few minutes to cool down. But right now we're going to unscrew it here from the tire. It will do a little puff of air, so just go ahead and unscrew it as quickly as possible. It's going to lose a little bit of air, but that's okay. Not a lot there. And now we can go ahead and put the cap back on our tire here. And we are done filling up the tire. That took about 5 minutes. It topped it off a couple PSI, and that was really easy. Now let's go ahead and fill up some sports balls. So you do get different adapters with it for different items, like if you're doing a fitness ball, and then other adapters for bikes and different things, motorcycles, and a couple different accessories for different devices that you will be filling. So here again, we're just going to screw this into the top here, our needle here, and then we will fill up a sports ball with it. So I've got a basketball and a football. I do like this little rubber piece here. It allows you to get some grip here on it if you're struggling to get grip while putting on one of these adapters. So we're going to start here with the basketball. I live in a state that gets kind of cold, and what happens is you go from cold to hot and cold to hot often, you lose PSI. So it often happens that my basketballs and sports balls and footballs and stuff like that deflate fairly quickly. So again, we're just going to turn it on here. Then we can cycle through the different PSI that we want. I'm doing a sports ball. Now for me personally, I just kind of let it fill up a little bit and then just kind of judge by feel if it's full enough for how I like it when I'm filling up sports balls and bikes and stuff like that. So just turn it on. You can see it's reading some PSI there. It's filling up nice and quick. There we go. So it's filled up here to 8 PSI. I've noticed that it doesn't lose as much air when I'm doing the needle here, just a little psst, and there we go. So now the basketball is nice and full. It's got some nice bounce to it, okay? And then it'd be the same thing here for the football. Just go ahead and plug that in here. There we go, and the football feels nice and full there. A couple other features that I like about this, so again, I'm gonna let that cool down before I grab that. It does have a light here on the top, so you just press the light button. So you've got just a flashlight here if you're working at night, then you've got a red light, a flashing red light, and then you've got a SOS red light that flashes there. Now for storage, when you're not using it, you can actually just leave this plugged in, and then you can screw this piece down on the opposite side. It does have a space for that, so now you can store it like this, which makes it a little bit more compact. It does come with a little box here for your accessories, so you can kind of keep everything together nice and neat. So it does work as a power bank, so you can plug in your Type USB charging cable, and then we're just going to plug in my phone here, and then you can see it's charging. We get the little lightning bolt up here indicating that it is charging. It is a 4,000 milliamp power bank. In my experience, that'll charge my phone about 1.5 times. It really just depends on the device that you're charging, but that's a decent sized power bank. It's not the largest one, but 4,000 milliamp power bank is a good size, probably charge a device 1 to 2 times depending on the device. The last thing is to charge it. It's really easy to charge. You just plug it in. Again, it's USB to Type-C. You just plug that into the top of the portable car pump, and then it will charge. It does have a flashing battery light indicating how much battery it currently has, and it does have a green indicator light letting you know that it is getting power and you have it plugged in, it is charging. There you go. That is how you use the AstroAI portable car pump. I really like it. It's nice, it's light, it's relatively compact, very easy to use, very user friendly. Hopefully that was helpful.